Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies, but before we get into that, I gotta give a mad shout-out to Josh Brewington. He's been supporting us at Patreon for a good long while now. He's recently upped his stakes in the PCP Army and extended to another level. I really do appreciate it, Josh. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You get a hearty station! For real. Let's get into the pop culture wrap-up. We got a lot of news to get through. I'm sure you know what a lot of it is, but we're going to start with some comic book news. Atomahawk is going to have an origin. Written by Grant Morrison. That's right. Atomahawk the Origin, written by Grant Morrison with artist Ian Bederman. This is part of a Kickstarter that's going on right now. So, Atomahawk is a comic book that was done by Donny Cates and Ian Bederman. And we know Ian Bederman's work as the tattoo artist. We know that he's been doing those tattoo variants on King in Black, so him and Donny Cates have a very healthy relationship. So they are doing a Kickstarter for some vinyl Atomahawk figures. And a part of this Kickstarter is access to, first time in print, an Atomahawk origin story with artwork by Bederman, but written by Grant Morrison. That's freaking fantastic. Y'all know Grant is one of my absolute favorite writers of all time. Comic books or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just period. I freaking love Grant's work, and I'm very excited for this. And I will be definitely jumping on that Kickstarter. Not because I need more vinyl figures in this place, but because I need that in a printed form. Tim Fox is the next Batman. This has been officially confirmed by DC. This is a cover, a variant cover for the next Batman, part of Future State, issue number 2, and clearly we can see that it's Tim Fox. Tim Fox is not Luke Fox, but the other, more estranged son of Lucius Fox. He first appeared back at, like, what, Batman 313 or something? Those prices have skyrocketed, but it has been confirmed, so we've all been saying it's Luke Fox, but we were wrong. We had the wrong brother. Because they honestly hadn't really done anything with the other brother until just recently, I'm sure, to set this up. Ultramega is a new book in March from Image. It's written and illustrated by James Herron with with coloring by Dave Stewart. Ultramega is definitely Ultraman, but apparently not. And apparently not enough that they can get away with doing this. This sounds exciting. You see the healthy price on it, $7.99 for the first issue, so this is going to be very big and a lot of pages. But I'm excited to check it out and see what happens here. But Ultramega, it's not Ultraman, but it's Ultramega. Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 has officially cast Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus, Otto Octavius, reprising his role from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. Now, we already know that Jamie Foxx has been cast as Electro, a role in which he played in Mark Webb's The Amazing Spider-Man 2, a film I really don't like. But I do like Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi film. Now, we know where this is leading. We know. Like, all the Spider-Men are showing back up. Everybody. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone. Apparently they're in talks with Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield. They're in talks with Kirsten Dunst. They're in talks with Tobey Maguire. There have been reports so much as to the fact that Tobey Maguire's being fitted for a new costume. They're going full-on Spider-Verse. There's nothing I can do to stop that. I think that's not a cool thing. I think that with Holland's Spider-Man movies, that we had a good chance of getting, like, a Spider-Man film franchise that would go, like, 4, 5, 6 movies and be solid throughout most of it, right? This makes me fearful. I understand the nostalgia of those movies. You know, no matter what Spider-Man film you personally like or grew up with the most, right? But I just want a movie focused in on just Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That's what I want. I don't want all this extra stuff. It's cool, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are, like, very excited about this news. We'll talk more about this Sunday night on Rockin Robbie Live, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll reveal more of why I'm so disappointed in this news, but it is at the same time still kind of exciting to see these characters return, albeit Why would you ever want Andrew Garfield in another Spider-Man movie? Fantastic Four, the movie's officially been confirmed. It's got a director, it's John Watts. Speaking of Spider-Man, John Watts did Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. So that makes me kind of excited because I really, really like Spider-Man Homecoming. It was a great way of introducing fully Peter Parker into the MCU without rehashing the origin. Now, do we need to rehash the origin of the Fantastic Four? I think that maybe. Like, most people probably aren't too aware of it because, honestly, those movies in the popular conscious that have been done before, the 4 previous ones, one of them which was never actually even officially released, the Roger Corman one, which is probably the best out of all, or is the best Doom out of all of them, to be honest with you. But I'm excited for John Watts doing Fantastic Four. That seems like it's a cool... I like Homecoming's one of my favorite MCU films. Fantastic Four is my favorite Marvel property. That's like my favorite comic book. It's the one comic book that I will get no matter what at all times possible throughout my life. So I'm excited for this, and I think John Watts is a capable director, and I like the way that he was able to blend humor and action and cool superhero fantasy in Spider-Man Homecoming in particular. Homecoming's one of my favorite MCU films, so I'm pretty excited. Plus, I just want one good Fantastic Four movie, please. Can we get it? Christian Bale is, in fact, in Thor: Love and Thunder. We now know that he is Gore, the God Butcher. That's right. So basically expect a lot of comic books to start going up in value. That may have already been going up in value. But Gore the God Butcher, the character from the Jason Aaron, Assad Ribic Thor run, a really great villain for Thor. They're jumping right into it. We also know we got Jane Foster wielding the hammer here. So this sounds like it's going to be a pretty interesting movie. And, of course, directed by Taika Waititi. So I'm excited about Christian Bale's here. I pegged him for the dude from Roxxon. But that's... It's not they're going full on Gore. That's pretty dope. Ant-Man and the Wasp, the third Ant-Man film, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That's the official title of it. Peyton Reed back to direct. We got the cat. Oh my goodness, why did I not write his name down? I can never remember people's names nowadays. But the cat from Lovecraft Country, he is playing Kang. That's already been confirmed. But I'm excited for this because I thought Ant-Man was okay, but I really like Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, and he was great in Civil War, and he was great in Endgame, and I really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp, and now we're getting into that crazy quantumness, and that makes sense for why Kang is there, so I'm excited for that. Blade has been confirmed as a movie. The Mahershala Ali-led Blade project, which we never knew if it was going to be a TV show or if it was going to be a movie. It's official. It's a movie, as it should be, and I'm very, very excited for that. Doctor Strange 2, just a little bit of news. What's her name? I didn't write that one down. Don't remember her name. Rachel Adams, is that her name? Something? No, that's the wrong one. What's her name? Whatever. The female lead in Doctor Strange, she's coming back for part 2. But we also have confirmed that America Chavez is going to be in this film. I need to write certain names down sometimes. I'm always in a rush sometimes. There was a lot of news this time. Anyway, Doctor Strange 2, we got that confirmation. America Chavez is going to be in there. She's from another dimension. She can hop through portals and dimensions and space and time, so that makes sense for the multiverse of madness or whatever. Very excited for that film. Captain Marvel 2's been officially confirmed yet again, but Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel, that's right, Kamala Khan, are officially confirmed to be in the film as well. Speaking of Miss Marvel, there was a Miss Marvel Sizzler that was released. It's just basically some interviews and some comic book footage, but a little tiny bit of footage from the actual Miss Marvel Disney Plus TV show, and it seemed pretty nifty and cool. I like that character. I'm excited to see her come to life and what they're going to do with her. Speaking of Monica Rambeau, which we talked about, is it Lambeau or is it Rambo? Did I write that down wrong? Anyway, Photon, Captain Marvel. She's in WandaVision. There was a WandaVision trailer. You can see her in the trailer, so that's pretty nifty. But the WandaVision trailer, the new one, the more full-out trailer, really interesting. I'm really excited to see what exactly is the direction of this show, and I love the use of the monkeys. Holy cow, I love how trailers have started doing this thing where they do these, like, more creepy versions of, like, cool songs that we know and love from our past, like they did with Us, with I Got Five on it. Now they do it with Daydream Believer for the WandaVision trailer. It just sounds and looks amazing. The Loki trailer was very exciting, introducing the idea of the TVA, that's the Time Variance Authority, that was introduced into Walt Simonson's Thor run and expanded on in his Fantastic Four run. One of my favorite little Fantastic Four stories was involving the Time Variance Authority. The Loki show looked awesome. It looks really, really cool. And it looks like a lot of high production is put into these Disney Plus TV shows, and we should know this because it's the same streaming channel in which we devour The Mandalorian every single week, or at least I do. There was a Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer. It looked amazing. It seemed like it was going to capture that fun, humorous dynamic between the two characters that was established in Civil War and carried on through with the burden of the legacy of Captain America kind of coming in between them and weighting both of them down. So this looked awesome, and I was really, really excited. But to be honest, the most pumped I was for a trailer revealed this week from Marvel and Disney about what they were doing was the What If trailer, the animated film, using most of the actual voice actors or the actors from the MCU to do the voice acting in the show. And then we got Jeffrey Wright as Uatu, the Watcher, and this trailer just gave me like goosebumps. I loved it. Everything the Watcher said, and I noticed he said these new realities, right? So like, is something happening, you know, that they did in Endgame that actually spurns or sparks the multiverse? It's an interesting way to go forward. And we got the news from HBO Max last week that they were going to put all their movies, or Warner Brothers was putting all their movies on HBO Max throughout 2021 in theaters and on the streaming service same day, right? Sent shockwaves across the industry. Well, Disney's really responded. Well, Disney's got a solid thing here because they're not saying we're going to put all of our films on Disney Plus, but they are developing projects specifically for Disney Plus. Long form, which seems to be the way that most people ingest their entertainment now. Movie sales have kind of been on a decline over the last couple decades. You can see it has its peaks and valleys, but more people are consuming more of their entertainment and their fiction entertainment through long form stuff on television, like streaming services, Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, things like that. So they're really investing hard in this, and I think it's a great idea. Here's some recent announcements that we just got. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, written and directed by James Gunn for Christmas in 2022. Yes. Speaking of Guardians, there's an I Am Groot animated series. It's going to be focused on Baby Groot, so that's going to be adorable, I'm sure, for many people. She-Hulk, we finally got confirmation that Tatiana Maslany is actually playing Jennifer Walters. Also, Mark Ruffalo's returning to be the Hulk and Bruce Banner in it, and Tim Roth is back as the Abomination. So the Abomination returns. That's cool. That's super, super freaking cool. Some brand new projects, though, right here. Secret Invasion, Nick Fury-led live-action show on Disney+. It's Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. It's the dude that played Talos in Captain Marvel, so you got to scroll there. And it's Secret Invasion. I'm excited. I'm really excited about Armor Wars, which is going to be, I guess, loosely based on the famous Iron Man story, but it stars Don Cheadle as James Rhodes' War Machine. Frickin' War Machine. I don't even know if you can. Yeah, you can. War Machine's like one of my favorite characters. I'm so excited that he's finally getting a spotlight. And this is going to explore what happens if Tony's armor or technology falls into the wrong hands, which that's what Armor Wars is about. Also, Ironheart. There's an Ironheart series. This is something we've kind of been anticipating, but we got the official casting announcement of Dominique Thorne. Not familiar with her work, but Ironheart, that's super cool. I think I still have her first appearance. If not, it wound up in a PCP mystery box at some point somewhere. Lots of Star Wars announcements as well. I like Star Wars, but I'm not the hugest Star Wars guy, so we're going to run through these. Rogue Squadron's the next Star Wars movie. It's directed by Patty Jenkins, who did Wonder Woman 1 and Wonder Woman 1984. I don't know if they have any plans of doing Wonder Woman 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on through 1983 until they get to 1984, but maybe they will. We already knew there was an Obi-Wan Disney Plus streaming series coming out, but it has officially been confirmed that Hayden Christensen is returning to play Darth Vader and Anakin. I'm kind of excited for that. Ahsoka is going to be a live-action series set in the world of The Mandalorian, starring, I guess, Rosario Dawson, obviously. That episode of The Mandalorian in which she shows up, that was fantastic. She did a great job of taking the character from the small screen to the small screen, but from animation into live action. I thought that was a fantastic thing to do. Also, another series tied into The Mandalorian is Rangers of the New Republic, and this is apparently going to work concurrently with The Mandalorian and build up to big stories, so be on the lookout for that. There's a Lando miniseries event. They call it an event. I don't know if it's a miniseries. I think it's a series event is what they say. So it's like a miniseries, right? Like a TV miniseries. Lando. I'm assuming Donald Glover, but that could be really cool. Andor's officially confirmed. That's the one with the dude. Something Andor, he's the guy from Rogue One, right? So that's officially confirmed yet again. There's a new one called The Acolyte, which is set during the time of the High Republic. It's described as a mystery thriller. Okay, there's The Bad Batch, had a full trailer. This is spinning out of the Clone Wars. So Clone Wars fans rejoice. We got a trailer for that. Visions, Star Wars Visions, that's an animated series. It's going to be a bunch of shorts by different animation teams, different directors, different writers doing different things with the Star Wars universe. And that seems pretty interesting and cool. And then another animated series on there called A Droid Story, focusing on R2-D2 and C-3PO with a yet unnamed and maybe never seen before droid and some kind of adventure that they have. So there you go. We also got news that Indiana Jones 5 is actually going to start production in spring. James Mangold is the director. Harrison Ford is returning, and this will in fact be the final Harrison Ford, or the final Indiana Jones film, they say. So there you go. There's an Aliens TV show being developed by Noah Hawley, who is the showrunner of Legion and Fargo, two shows I haven't seen that I hear nothing but great things about it. So, like, what am I waiting for? Gwen Stefani's screaming at me right now. What you waiting for? But there's going to be an Alien TV show. Ridley Scott's in advanced talks right now to executive produce. It's described as the first Alien story set on Earth. That seems, really, on Earth? That's interesting. However, with what I hear about Legion and Fargo, I'm excited for this news. Chippendales Rescue Rangers. It's going to be a movie. John Mulaney is doing Chip, and Andy Samberg is doing Dale. And I can't think of a better Dale, so that's really cool. And Lightyear is going to be a new Pixar film. It's an origin story, year one. Buzz Lightyear, year one, basically, with Chris Evans doing the voice, and that sounds pretty freaking exciting. So that's what we got for you. Lots of exciting news. This was part of like a Disney investor meeting or something like that. They also confirmed they are not recasting T'Challa for Black Panther 2. And I think they should recast him eventually, but here's what I say. The wording, we're not going to recast him for Black Panther 2. There you go. So Black Panther 2 may have a different direction. They say there's going to focus more on the other characters in the world of Wakanda. So that's interesting and that's cool. But join us tonight on Dylan's Comics. Link down below in the description to sub up to Dylan's Comics. We're trying to get him to 1K as soon as we can. That would be great. He could do a lot more cool things on YouTube in conjunction with PCP once he gets to 1K especially. But tonight we're continuing our Christmas horror movie look-a-thon, review-a-thon, with Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 and 2, double feature review tonight on Dylan's Comics. Link down below. Check it out. Super excited for that. Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, Rockin Robbie live. We're going to be talking about a lot of this, I guarantee you. And it's going to be fun, because it's always a fun, wild, rambunctious time. And yes, it is the return of Marvel in the 90s on Rockin Robbie Live, 7 p.m. Central Time, Monday night. And don't forget, throughout the week, weekly comic book review, little secrets and surprises here and there, and then a movie review and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out the video. Comment below any of your thoughts about any of this news from this week, all this massive Disney, Marvel, Star Wars stuff. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Join us over at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts, blogs, and a whole lot more. In fact, there's a lot of a lot of links in the description below in which you can buy merch and find us on social media and all kinds of things like that. Anyway, I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Keep on living.